Hi, this is a reflection on lesson 138 in A Course in Miracles. It says, Heaven is the decision I must make. All right. So this was heaven. First of all, what is it? It goes through a long lesson. And so it's saying heaven is the decision I must make. And it says things like, hold on, I want to scroll down. You need to be reminded that you think 1,000 choices are confronting you when there is really only one to make. And even this but seems to be a choice. And so it's like, well, I go through this whole thing and I'm like, well, what does it think heaven is? Or what is it telling me heaven is? Like, what is heaven? And it never says. It just never says. And it does say something like, only the truth is true. So it's saying that whatever, I think it's using the words truth and heaven synonymously. And so we think we're presented with 100 different choices and we just are supposed to choose heaven. Well, what is heaven? And I think what it comes down to is peace. So we keep kind of coming back to choosing peace, peace, peace. Well, what is this lesson even about? It's like whatever is not peace, and I'm choosing that, isn't, it's like taking me farther away from my truth or the peace. It's so weird. I guess I'm getting confused by why this super big long lesson and why use the word heaven. What, I'm not learning anything from it. You can tell like this last week of lessons have kind of taken me farther from feeling like this is resonating with me. So I'm going to stick with it though. I'm going to stick with it. But it's getting farther from whatever I can grasp. And maybe it's because I'm just already have come to the, it's not a conclusion. It's not a realization. It's not brain stuff, but it's like, I really feel like I understand at a very deep level within myself that, all the lessons leading up to now, what is love? What is truth? What is peace? What is anything that is not that is of the mind. It's what our ego self or our mind self is deluding us. Like things are illusions. I get all of that. Well, then what is this heaven is the decision I must make? Well, I already understand that anything that if I'm presenting with a lot of different choices that are not love, peace, joy, unity, togetherness, whatever you want to call it, all those things, then it's probably an illusion made up by the mind, the little self, the ego. So is it just more of that? Or I'm like rereading it and it still is just like, oh, am I missing something? So tell me if I'm missing something. But heaven is the decision I must make. Yeah, I get it. You go to the bottom and it says, heaven is the decision I must make. I make it now and will not change my mind because it is the only thing I want. Well, yeah, I guess maybe it's as simple as that. Just like all I want is peace. And if I'm presented with other options that I must choose between that are pulling me away from peace or that are just consuming my attention energy, but it's not really the fundamental truth of peace, love, then yeah, I see it as an illusion. So I'm just going to end with that because maybe that's all it is. And by this point, I thought, well, we've been there, done that. Are we going to have 100 more lessons of all the same thing, just using more and more and more words? Maybe I'm just frustrated. Maybe I just want to move on to deeper things. And it's like, no, you got to stay with the same thing and read it 100 different ways before you really, maybe I'll come to some deeper understanding of it. I don't know. I just really feel it viscerally already. So it's like, what is it? So anyway, sorry for my rant. Not really, maybe it's a reflection, but I feel like it was more of a rant flexion. Okay, bye.